Hi, boys and girls. We're going to have Bible story time. We have our flannel board out and we have Samantha out. She has come out and she's ready to listen to our story. Oh, what were you saying, Samantha? Oh, can you come over here a little bit closer? There she is. Oh, she says, will you please be quiet so she can listen to the story? Because she has teeny tiny mouth orejas. We will do that for you, Samantha. Sure, we will. We'll put you right back over here by your house where you like to be, nice and cozy. You can hear our story. So, our story today comes from the Bible, and it comes from the book of Luke, Luke 19, chapter 19. And it says, Jesus loves Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus was a rich man. He had lots of money. He probably had a great big house. He probably had the nicest clothes. And the people in Zacchaeus' town had to pay their taxes to him. Now, tax money was the money that people would give to the workers in the city or the town, and it was supposed to go to helping them make streets or buildings or keep things clean. Well, Zacchaeus was the tax collector. He would collect the tax money from the people. But Zacchaeus took more money than he was supposed to take from people. He was not honest. He did not tell the truth. So if Zacchaeus was going over to someone's house, he would look at his notes, and his notes might say, oh, this family needs to pay $5. Well, he would go to their house and he'd say, you need to pay $10. And then Zacchaeus would keep the extra money for himself. And then he'd go to the next house and he'd look at his notes. Oh, this says they're supposed to give me $8. He would go to their house and he'd say, you have to pay $12. He'd make them pay more. And then he would keep the extra money for himself. That's how he got so rich with all that money. It was money that did not belong to him. He was stealing it, really. He was stealing it from the people. Well, Zacchaeus was doing this in the town where he lived, and people kind of knew that he wasn't honest, and they didn't really like him. And they knew he was doing something that was wrong. Well, Zacchaeus heard that somebody special was coming into his town one day. He heard that Jesus was coming. One day, Jesus came into the town right where Zacchaeus lived. The people in that town crowded around the road. They were waiting to see Jesus. And Zacchaeus said, I think I'll go along too. Everybody else is going. I want to see this Jesus person. So he hurried down the road to where Jesus was walking and talking with his helpers. And when Zacchaeus got there, he could not see Jesus. Zacchaeus was not very tall, and there were so many people there who had come to see Jesus that even when Zacchaeus stood on his tippy toes, he could not see Jesus. He could not see over those people. But then Zacchaeus had an idea. He started running down the road, and he kept running until he came to a great big tree. And he climbed up that tree. From his place in that tree, Zacchaeus could see down, and he could look, and he could see Jesus. He climbed up the tree and found a spot to sit in the tree, and he looked down, and he could see Jesus. Now he could see everyone coming to see Jesus, and he had a great view of Jesus himself. When Jesus stopped walking, he stopped walking right under that tree where Zacchaeus was. Zacchaeus saw Jesus looking up at him, and Jesus called out. He said, Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus, people in the town were so surprised. How did Jesus know Zacchaeus' name? And why would Jesus even talk to Zacchaeus? They didn't really like Zacchaeus. But Jesus talked to him. He said, "Come down from that tree. Zacchaeus, come down. I want to stay at your house today. Come down from the tree, Zacchaeus. I want to stay at your house today." Zacchaeus was very happy. Zacchaeus was surprised that Jesus talked to him. But Zacchaeus was very glad Jesus wanted to come to his house. Zacchaeus quickly climbed down that tree. Jesus is my friend, he must have thought to himself. But the people around Zacchaeus, they started to grumble. They didn't think Jesus should go to someone's house like this, someone they didn't believe in, someone they didn't trust. Why would Jesus go to Zacchaeus' house? Well, Jesus went over to Zacchaeus' house. Why? Because he loves everybody. Jesus walked with Zacchaeus to Zacchaeus' house, and while they were there at Zacchaeus' house, Jesus taught Zacchaeus that he needed to be truthful and honest and tell the people the truth, not to steal, not to take away from other people. He needed to show people love. He needed to show love to the other people. And Zacchaeus listened to Jesus, and he listened to how much Jesus loved him and how much God loved him, and how if he let Jesus in his heart, he could learn to have a beautiful, wonderful, happy life. And Zacchaeus said that day, "Jesus, I want to give back the money that I stole from everybody. And in fact, I will give them back more than I took from them. If I took $5 away from them, I will give them back 7. If I took $8 away from them, I will give them back $16. I will give them back more than I took. I will give it back to them." And Jesus knew that Zacchaeus was sorry for all the wrong things that he had done. Zacchaeus had apologized and asked to be forgiven, and he wasn't going to do it anymore. Jesus was so happy to forgive Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus knew that Jesus loved him, even though he had made mistakes. Jesus loved him and showed him the right way to go. And Zacchaeus changed his ways and did not steal anymore and did not tell lies. He told the truth, and he treated the people with kindness, the way he would want to be treated. Zacchaeus loved Jesus. And this is the picture in our story. You can see all the people that had crowded around. And you can see the town from where they came. That's probably where Zacchaeus worked as the tax collector, and all the people came out to see Jesus. And when Jesus stopped walking, he looked up, and there was Zacchaeus in that tree. And Jesus spoke right to him. "Zacchaeus, you come down from that tree. I'm coming to your house today." And that's what Jesus did. And can you help me put some of those pieces up here on our flannel board? So we've got the town where the people probably live, and they're all coming out because they hear that Jesus is coming. They hear that Jesus is coming to their town. And Jesus is here, and all of these people are here. And Zacchaeus comes. He wants to see Jesus too. But he's coming, but he's not as tall as these people. He can't see over them. What does Zacchaeus decide to do? Zacchaeus decides that he's going to climb up that tree. He's going to climb up the tree, and he'll find a place to sit. And when Jesus came, he stopped right under where Zacchaeus was, and he spoke to him. Jesus knew everything about Zacchaeus, and he wanted to help him to change his ways and to learn to do what is right and good. And he did that day. Zacchaeus did. And there's a really fun song about Zacchaeus. It says, Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. He climbed up in a sycamore tree, for the Lord he wanted to see. The Lord passed by and said, Zacchaeus, you come down from there, because I'm going to your house today. Because I'm going to your house today. I'll try to find that song for you and send you a link so that you can listen to it or maybe even watch a video for it. It's a fun song about Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man. He was a wee little man. He wanted to see the Lord. For the Lord he wanted to see. The Lord is another name that we use for Jesus, our God. For the Lord he wanted to see. He climbed up in a sycamore tree. For the Lord he wanted to see. The Lord passed by and said, Zacchaeus, you come down from there, because I'm going to your house today. Because I'm going to your house today. So watch for that video or that recording of that song. I'll try to send it to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.